you could cast your glooms and despair into the flames and watch them disappear into the night. For 100 years, the people of Santa Fe, New Mexico have done just that, gathering to witness the towering Zozobra consume their gloom in an inferno of hope and renewal. This isn't just a fire, it's a rebirth, a collective heartbeat pounding against the darkness. Who is this mysterious giant that carries our sorrows? And why does his burning ignite something powerful within us all? Join me on this emotional journey as we delve into the legend and light of Zozobra's 100th burning, a night where we turn our despair into ashes and rise anew.
William Howard Will Schuster Jr. is the artist who created Zozobra back in 1924. But our story doesn't start there. It actually starts on the Christmas Eve of 1923, when Schuster and some of the members of Los Cinco Pintores decided to get together over at the La Fonda Hotel restaurant and celebrate Schuster selling one of his artworks. Schuster saw that many of the members were feeling a little down and a little bit grumpy because of the fact that they weren't seeing profits in their artwork. Schuster stood up, put his hands on the table, and said, "You guys are going to be happy." Schuster then grabbed a sketch pad
and had everyone write down what was bothering them. He then gathered all their glooms, put it in a pile, and set it on fire with a lit candle, declaring all of their glooms to be gone. Several months later, Schuster went to Mexico and attended a Good Friday event hosted by the Yaqui tribe. The tribe would create a 5-foot-tall effigy of Judas, the apostle that betrayed Jesus, then would parade it through town, and in the end, they would burn it. This ritual inspired Schuster, and several months later, he would create his own 6-foot effigy and burn it in his backyard in 1924 and 1925.
The first public burning of Zozobra took place on September 2nd, 1926, and it all started back here, over at the cathedral. So what they did is, after they got done with their vigil prayers, they all gathered together and they followed the Conquistadores band all the way to this building right here back behind me. Today it is known as the Santa Fe Public Library, but back then this was actually City Hall. Every year from 1926 to 1935, Zozobra would be burned right back here behind the City Hall. Then, from 1936, it would be changed to
here, to Fort Marcy Baseball Field. For the 100th anniversary, they decided to rename the baseball field to Zozobra Field. They also laid out the plans to redesign the front of the park with a Zozobra monument, which will be revealed next year. It will also feature a glass time capsule that will be opened every 25 years. This is not the only project that the Kiwanis Club of Santa Fe did in order to commemorate the 100th burning of Zozobra. They also unveiled a statue that is just a couple of blocks away from the park, as well as a 130-foot hot air balloon, which will take its first official flight at the upcoming Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta in October. Now it's time to join in the festivities. But before we take you to that, we want to show you a montage of Zozobra over the last 100 years. The ceremony you are about to witness is the story, or shall we say, myth of Zozobra. The people you will see in the video will be acting out the various scenes of the story throughout the ceremony. So without further ado, here is the myth of Zozobra. Throughout the year, life hands us challenges, which can bring gloom and despair. Unbeknownst to us, that gloom and despair is felt deep in the Sangre de Cristo mountains of New Mexico, feeding and strengthening a beast named Zozobra until he is strong enough to unleash it upon the world, robbing everyone's hope for the future. The people of Santa Fe, New Mexico can feel his presence and know that he will be coming out of hiding soon. So they invite him to be the guest of honor at the upcoming fiesta celebration, in the hopes of defeating him before he gets any stronger. Zozobra decides to seize on this moment, as it allows him to come out of hiding and easily take over the city, as the people will be gathered together in celebration. Zozobra decides to dress up for the occasion in order to play along with the charade and to keep the people at ease until he can unleash his powers and thrust the city into darkness. Then, when the time is right, Zozobra casts his powers over the children, robbing them of their hope and turning them into his little minions. This causes the city to rise up and fight against Old Man Gloom. They came at him with torches and pitchforks, trying to break his spell over the children and defeat him. But by this time, he is already too strong for the people to defeat. The people of Santa Fe begin to scatter and hide from the beast in order to save themselves. Zozobra continues to get stronger as the people's fear and anxiety continue to feed his energy. Realizing that their plan failed, while still in hiding, the people gather in small groups, trying to comfort one another and be there for one another through these tough times. This creates positive energy throughout the town, which is ultimately felt by the fire spirit, allowing it to manifest and rise up in order to protect the people. The people see the fire spirit coming to rescue them. This brings back hope to the people and continues to feed the fire spirit's energy. Zozobra is no longer being strengthened by the people, and this helps to break the spell on the children and strengthen the fire spirit even more. Zozobra becomes enraged and tries to once again instill fear into the people, so he can continue to feed his energy and take over the town. But the spirit of the people has grown so strong that it continues to fuel the fire in the fire spirit. people know they now possess the power to defeat Zozobra, and in a fit of defiance, they start yelling and chanting, "Burn him! Burn him! Burn him!" There's only one way to defeat him, and the fire spirit knows what they have to do. Burn him. Of the people to defeat Zozobra, the fire spirit sets Zozobra ablaze. He yells and groans as the fire begins to consume the people's glooms and despair from inside of him, burning his powers away and consuming Old Man Gloom into a starry desert night. been restored to the people of Santa Fe. That is, until Zozobra returns again next year, as our glooms and misfortunes will once again manifest this beast into reality. After the 1924 burning, Will Schuster wrote a note in a card that he sent to a friend that read, "After the flames consumed the effigy and the embers faded into the starlit Santa Fe sky, we stood together, a group unburdened. In the ashes of this effigy lay the worries of the past year, and from them we shall rise anew, our spirits ablaze with hope and renewal. Tonight, we have not just witnessed a spectacle, we have participated in a sacred rite of purification, laughter, and rebirth. We hope that you have enjoyed trekking through time with us on this centennial event, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, be adventurous.